All right, Broncos country, we have officially traded back. We found a trade back partner. Man, oh man, I mean, given the way the board fell, the way everything happened, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it because I don't really care about the players that were available. It was one of those things where, good Lord, was it just like the player we wanted after the player? Quinchon goes, Trevion Henderson goes, Terrence Ferguson goes. I mean, it was pretty wild. We also had Mason Taylor went. So, and now Elijah Arroyo went to Seattle. I think Denver was just like, you know what, screw it, let's go back. We got the trade, exactly what happened. What a victory love we getting Scatterboo. I think Scatterboo is a legitimate chance. I mean, we traded back 6 spots. There could be Caleb Johnson. I don't know how much the Broncos would like Caleb Johnson, but this is the pick. The Broncos have basically now they added pick 111. So they moved up in every round except for the 6th. They gave away one of the 6th round to go back into the 7th, but they moved up a little bit in the 6th round here to get 111. They moved up from 85 to 74. So we got a little bit of a better pick. 11 actually makes a lot of sense. Sorry, I'm just responding here in the group chat, in the Discord. But yeah, I don't hate it, man. I feel like trading up. I mean, I get you, bro. I wanted to trade up for Henderson, but when they went so early in this round, you saw we would have essentially had to give away like a lot more. We would have had to give away basically our 2nd and our 3rd round pick. And this draft is way too loaded. So I don't hate this pick at all. We essentially got a better 3rd round pick and a better 4th round pick. As a result, we moved up 11 spots in both of those rounds. So we're going to see. It's going to give us a little bit of flexibility there, which I think makes actually quite a bit of sense. Like I said, this is where the guts of the draft tend to be. So I don't hate it, man. I don't hate it at all. How you guys feeling? Who do you want based off of the guys available? There's quite a bit, man. There is quite a bit. I think it's one of those situations where, you got a lot of really good players. Just look at some of the guys here. And the Panthers took Nick Scorton to move up. So let's go over here. Let's make it like this. Maybe we'll make this a little bit bigger. Come on. All right. So, yeah, these are the list of some available players. I mean, guys that obviously stand out to me. Jalen Knoll is someone I think fits very well in this system. Jack Betch is someone that I think fits really well. Caleb Johnson, obviously, because of the need. But, you got Cam Scatterboo as well, who I think really at this point will be available in the 3rd round. I don't know. I don't want no Dylan Sampson, man. I don't. I think right now you got to look at pass catchers. The guys that really kind of tickle my fancy personally are Harold Fannin. Might be a little bit early for him, even though he moved back. But I think Harold Fannin is someone that Sean Payton would love. And I'd be okay with Caleb Johnson, but it would not be a big choice for me. But yeah, Kyle Williams, Jack Betch, Jalen Knoll, any of those guys at pick 57 would be big time for me, in my opinion. Now, a couple other things you got to look at is who's going to be around us right now, right? I mean, who's going to basically, who are we worried about that could take a receiver? The Titans certainly could. They probably actually will here. So there's going to be that. Let's see the Titans. See if we can find something on Twitter, get you guys a little early news. They are taking Oluwafemi Oladejo with pick 52. And we are off to the races. So he's a really good edge player, man. I think that he's a certified baller. A lot of people are saying no on Fannin. We got a special guest that is about to join us live, and that is the boy, Jeremy. Jeremy, what is popping, brother?
What is up, man? 2nd round's tough, right? Just seeing all your favorite guys go.
Yeah, it got tough quickly. I mean, I think that was the thing. I'm sure the Broncos would have probably liked to trade back, but they all went so early. And as much as I love those players, giving a second and a third, basically forfeiting your draft. I mean, you have a 4th round pick and then a few sixth is too tough. Because you still got big needs. So
yeah, I mean, it was a pipe dream for some of those guys. It just was never going to happen.
Yeah.
So, excuse me.
Yeah, it was tough.
Like Higgins. I mean, here's the thing. It's like trading up to the early second, if you're moving up like 10 picks or something, it's not that,
this? Why isn't it putting both of us? It's so weird.
It's like either both of us or no screen.
Or nothing. Yeah. What the hell, bro?
I don't know.
1 second. Let me see. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Burden is gone, brother. Luther Burden has been traded. I think has been selected already. He went to Chicago. Man, Chicago is loaded up. That. The Buccaneers have chosen. So we'll see.
Burden is always that guy. Chicago's just picking guys that's like they're crazy talented, but everybody kind of has some weird feelings about him. So that's just an interesting pick.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of his. I mean, I thought maybe, Sean Payton would like him. I mean, not going to lie there, but I didn't think he would end up coming here. But, man, when those 2 Ohio State backs were gone, it became like, ugh. And then Mason Taylor, because I really wanted one of those 3. I was hoping. They all just, like, flew. And then I was like, all right, cool, man. Terrence Ferguson.
I know.
And then he was gone. So that was tough. But
if you had told me
Terrence back, man?
Yeah, I like it. If you had told me Terrence Ferguson was going the 40s, I would have been like, wow, that's really, really early. I would have predicted 60s to 70s, but man, the 40s is all right. They really wanted him. I get it. I love him, but the 40s is a lot higher than I thought. I like the trade back because basically what we did is just move up every round and a little bit right now. And if their feeling was like, hey, we still have like 20 guys that were kind of don't have ranked way higher than somebody else, then might as well move up every round. And because what's going to happen is like later on in the draft, you're going to be like, dang, I wish we were like 10 picks higher. It's like basically like you traded up 3 times.
Yeah, no, I mean, the value is really good because we traded back and it was 60 points, but then we moved up in the 3rd. And that in and of itself was like 40-some points. And then we moved up in the 4th, and that in and of itself was 26 points. So we definitely got the better end of that deal. I mean, we moved back. Now we have a 7th rounder. We have 2 6th and a 7th now. But
yeah, and I kind of think like the 7th rounder, maybe they had their eye on somebody who they're like, I don't know if this guy's going to get drafted, but we want to make sure we get him in the building. So let's just get
probably
that
a punter, bro. Yeah,
it could be. Yeah,
it could be a punter.
Or there's just somebody else that they like. Who knows? Lan Larson, or something. Some running back that they're just like, somebody's gonna slide, and we're just gonna be ready. So,
yeah.
Or they think there's gonna be like a big drop off, and they're like, well, we'll take a flyer on a guy in the 7th as opposed to, stuck in the 6th. I just think like those middle rounds, there's a lot of guys that you would like, so moving up in each one of those, I like.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw Terrence Ferguson off with LA, I was like, we got to trade back, dude. It just makes sense. I mean, why not? And I was hoping we maybe add a couple more picks, but the fact that we got like a better 3rd now and a better 4th, I like that.
And that might tell you that maybe Terrence Ferguson was the guy. And
or maybe even Arroyo, because we made the trade right when Arroyo was gone, but like maybe one of those guys, maybe they had like or they just kind of knew. I mean, who knows?
Right. So break down we traded 85 and where did we go? 70 what?
We are now 74.
Okay. Because that's when sorry, my dog wants to say hello. When I was doing all my mocks, it always seemed like, oh, I wish we were in the 70s, So I like that. I don't want to jinx the guy who I really, really, really loved. So I'm going to wait, but there's somebody who has not been picked yet that I'm all about, and it's not.
I think I know who it is. I won't jinx it either, but I'm pretty confident I know who it is. But and I would agree. I would be ecstatic, and maybe we'll get your live reaction. It's up to everybody here. It's up to you. It's up to everyone in the chat. I can either spoil the Broncos pick well in advance, or we can just, keep it. So looks like Benjamin Morrison went to the Buccaneers. But to go back, so yeah, here, there it is. So we are now picking 74th instead of 85th. So we moved up 11 spots there. We moved up 11 spots in the 4th.
Okay.
And we gave up, I don't know, 22 spots in the 6th to 7th. But at that point, who really gives a shit?
How many spots did we trade back now in this round?
We traded back 6 spots.
Okay. So yeah.
And we made up 22 spots over the next 2 rounds. But yeah, so when I was looking at this trade value chart, we're very much in the positives. Very much so when I was looking at that. So
yeah, it just feels like one of those trades where they had a bunch of guys they think will be there at the next pick. So they're like, might as well get something out of it. And that's, So
bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. Get yourself a tight end or a receiver, and then a tight end or receiver in the next round, and then get your boy. I love me, dude. I'm telling you, Monungai can be our RB1. I mean, I would be fine with that. But Caleb Johnson is one of those where it's weirdly intriguing because I know that there are a lot of guys that are high on him.
Yeah, and
he's got some talent, but I think Scatabo makes more sense given the scheme fit. I can almost guarantee Sean Payton is a little bit higher on him, but
yeah, I mean. The thing with Caleb Johnson, I mean, he's a very upright runner. He's kind of a slow starter. He's got pretty decent vision, but he mainly only played outside zone. So for him to come to a gap scheme, maybe they're worried about that. Or, I mean, maybe they like him. I don't know. Maybe they'll pick him. But that's the part where I'm just I don't know how that's going to translate. He's big and strong, but sometimes he doesn't play the same way you would think for a guy his size. So
he's just not that quick. He's a little slow.
Right. It's remember, did you ever play Mario Kart?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, Bowser, he's the fastest one, but it takes him a while to get up to speed. That's a kind of.
Yeah. Same with Donkey Kong.
Same with Donkey Kong. The big guys took a long time to get up to speed, but once they were all the way full going, they're fast. Mm-hmm. And I always preferred that, Yoshi or somebody like that, the fast accelerating people, because it's you can. Hit
Yoshi
somebody.
or Toad, bro. I was straight up Team Yoshi or Team Toad.
So that's kind of yeah. So that's how I kind of visualize them, So it'll be interesting. I wouldn't be shocked if they, waited again. In our Discord, I thought somebody was talking somebody posted something on X with some RJ Harvey smoke, but we'll see. I could see that one.
I could see that for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving up or Tootin.
And moving up from 85 to 74 is ooh, that's the spot where you can really get one of those. Tootin, for some reason, had always been on a bunch of mocks later guy, a 6th round guy. I think maybe because of the fumbles, I don't know. But Harvey, Giddens, Damian Martinez,
I love Giddens.
Those guys were always in that little mid-range. Yeah. So... And I like all of them. So that's maybe they're thinking the same way we are, where it's I'm cool with literally any one of those guys. So we're not going to force it,
Yeah, man. We're going to see. I think it's been it's certainly for me, it's been a little bit of a frustrating second round, but I also don't blame I don't think Georgia Sean Payton dropped the ball on anything at this point. Because it would have just been way too much to go up for a running back. And you cannot be desperate, bro, in these situations. You can't have an emotional reaction. I would have much rather moved up for Mason Taylor, but I'm still not going to give away my 3rd. So I like the trade back. I thought it was smart. The Packers look like they took a tackle, Anthony Belton. And I think Benjamin Morris in the corner is going to the Bucks. So now we're 2 picks away. Essentially, the Chargers are on the clock.
Or I mean the Chargers are on the clock.
Yep, and then the Bears again. God, Chicago, the Bears, dude, have just loaded on picks, dude. Absolutely loaded.
That's the one thing. It's they got the number 1 pick in the draft last year, didn't play well, so now they're still having a really good spots for this draft, and it's
man, they got Colston Loveland, bro. They got Luther Burden, and they got. Did they trade back? Oh, they got Luther Burden, and then they traded all the way back to this pick. So, Yeah, they got some ballers there, man.
Well, here's what we do know. The Chargers will probably not take a running back since they took Amar and Hampton, and the Bears will probably not. Well, the Bears could. The Bears could take a running back.
Yeah, right? the Bears definitely could. Like that's why trading behind them is a little bit like, ooh, if you really wanted Caleb Johnson.
But the Bears will not take probably a tight end or a wide receiver.
No, for sure not. That yeah. So. I really think at this point, running back is very likely in the third round.
That's what I think too.
Is all night.
I think so too. I think moving up to 74 makes them feel like we can get one of those guys we just talked about. A Giddens, a Harvey, a Martinez, a Scadaboo.
A Scadaboo, he might be there.
And maybe they pick Scadaboo here. I don't know if they love him, it's coming from somebody who loves him. So to me, it's like, if you want to get your guy and that's your guy and you think he's going to be a tone setter for your offense, then just get him. But I could see him.
Trey Harris to the Chargers.
Ooh, wow.
I'm actually kind of happy. I was really scared we were going to get him.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like him?
Because, no, here's the thing about Trey Harris. He is like the biggest unknown with receivers. He runs basically 2 routes, but very well. And I just don't know how he would have fit here, but he also could have crazy talent and be good, everywhere. So like I would rather have Jalen Noel because I know he's good. Like, I don't know. Trey Harris is kind of like Troy Franklin in a way. I feel like he could be very good, but it might take a few more years.
Yeah. Noel hasn't gone, right?
Jalen Noel has not gone. He's someone that I would absolutely love.
And Kyle Williams is not gone.
And Kyle Williams. Yeah, there's 3 receivers that I would be very happy with that I think make a ton of sense.
Who's the third?
Jack Betch.
Yeah. Sure. The man who will go unnamed.
Yeah, the man who will go unnamed. So we're one pick up. The Bears picks already in. Let's see if they even reported on it. Man, I feel like the Bears just constantly been picking tonight.
I know.
But they did trade back earlier. Bears are on the clock, yeah.
So we didn't get to
it
talk
could be
about
Darius Alexander, it could be Mike Green.
Damn, that's crazy. Mike Green hasn't gone yet. That's wild. There must be
it must be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I thought he had a really good chance of going to Atlanta round 1 at 15.
And then they traded back in, and I was like, oh, they're going to take him here.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I like James Pierce for him. I thought Atlanta killed that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how good the players will be, but philosophically, they knew what they needed, and they went out there, and they got that. So,
I mean, that was brutal to watch last year where they were like, had all this talent on offense, and they could not stop anybody because they had no pass rush.
All right, guys, Broncos are officially on the clock. The Bears took Ozzie Trapilla.
We just traded back again, I think.
No way. Where'd you see that?
I'm watching ESPN, and
yep, they are.
It says the Lions moved up.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
I love it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love it.
You know what this feels like? This feels like the George Payton draft, because I'm sure Sean loved Jahdae Barron, but that felt like a Sean Payton or a George Payton pick, and now we've traded back twice. Like, George is cooking on this one, so we'll see how it.
Yeah, he cooking. He traded with the Lions, right?
Right, with the Lions.
All right. Hopefully, we'll be able. Once I get it here about what it is that we got.
We didn't get to talk about it on the pod, other than 24 hours later. How are you feeling about the Barron pick?
Here it is.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, let me just put this real quick up, and then we'll go. I think we cooked with this one, dude. I think we cooked. So we moved back just 3 spots and basically moved up 100. We moved up the 7th round pick for pick 130, which is a 5th rounder.
I love that.
So now, no, 130 is a 4th rounder, bro. So we have 3 4th rounders now. That is actually insane. We went. Oh my God. We basically gave up 30 points to go back three spots, and we in return got 130, which is worth 42, and we got 40 points in return.
Yeah. Dude.
Damn.
That's
so yeah, and it's a 4th rounder. It's a compensatory.
So whoever the
that
Lions
is amazing.
Whoever the Lions picked wanted him. So that, I mean, they were willing to overpay. And George Payton was just happy to like, all right, we'll go back 3 spots. Because, here's what it is. I think what we were saying is they have a group of guys right now that they're like, we're fine with any of this, guys. And if we go back 3 spots, we're going to still get one of those guys no matter what. Mm-hmm. And now we just moved up 100 spots. So that's beautiful. Yeah. That's the way you do the draft. That's perfect.
1,000%, dude. Especially given the way that it fell. Like you just keep cooking on that. So I love it. I love it, man.
Beautiful.
That's a really freaking good.
So what was the one we traded up? Like, did we the 7th rounder?
People are so funny. Sorry, say it again.
The 7th rounder, is that the one we moved up with?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, so now we don't have the 7th rounder again.
Yeah, but we have a 4th.
Right, we got a 4th. Okay. Yeah, I
mean, so we got an improved 3rd rounder, 74th now, and then we got 121 still and 130.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
That's.
I mean, and this one of those things where you could couple, like if you love somebody in the 3rd, a couple guys in the 3rd, you can couple those up and move up and get them and be able to get three guys. But this guy, people on Twitter, not only did the Broncos not add any talent to the offense outside of Ingram, they apparently decided drafting rookies is also not an option. Prepare for some putrid offense. I'm like, dude, we haven't even played the selection yet.
You think like
you are the best, man?
Do you think like they're gonna call the draft mid-draft and we're not gonna get to be able to pick? Like I don't understand.
Yeah. We literally have 6 picks now, 6 more picks.
Yeah, wow.
Or I guess 5 because we technically just moved up. But that's so funny to me, dude.
So yeah, we have our 2nd still, our 3rd and 3/4. That's the meat of this draft, man. So that's delightful. And wait, we still have a 6th, right?
We still have a 6th.
Yeah,
we have 2 6th.
Okay.
So we gave up one of the 3 for the 7th, but made that a 4th now. Yeah. So we are now selecting. We have a 2nd round pick. We have a 3rd round pick. We got 2 4th round picks.
2 4ths. Okay. Yeah.
And 2 6th. Yeah. 6. Okay. We have 6 more.
Beautiful. No, that's
7
awesome.
more. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 4th, 6th, 6th. Yeah. 7 picks. 6 picks.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. Yeah. 6 more. And it looks like the Lions moved up for an offensive tackle. Or a guard, Tate Ratledge, who's a really good player.
He is good. Yeah.
And I'm just curious who they ended up wanting to probably move up for. Probably the Raiders. Raiders are the Ravens.
Jumped them. Yeah.
Look at us, man.
Look at us. Have they announced that?
They did. It was your heart's gonna be so shattered.
No.
It wasn't from the Bears. The Bears took Ozzie Trapillo.
Oh, yeah.
And the Lions took Tate Ratledge.
Don't tell me.
Oh my God. The Raiders took Jack Betch at number 58. Holy moly. Wow. That is brutal.
That hurts. And we could have
that does.
And that, you know what? We could have drafted him if we wouldn't have traded back after I just said how great it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's still better, but yeah, they didn't obviously love him as much as I did.
But holy moly.
Damn, that sucks.
Stinks. Unless they just didn't think the Raiders would take him. I don't know why they wouldn't, but because there was a need for the Raiders. Damn. Yeah, and then so now we got the freaking Ravens we got to worry about. I mean, could this be a run on receivers now? I don't know. Maybe.
Who were the 3 we said? We said Besh, Knoll, and who else?
Kyle Williams.
Oh, Kyle Williams, that's right.
Yeah, and then I mean, Trey Harris already went.
Gosh.
Now Betch is gone. So, yeah, who knows if it's going to be a little bit of a run there.
Damn, Betch.
That really sucks,
that one
dude.
Hurts. Because to me, he's Ibuka in just like a slightly different package.
Yeah. That's brutal.
That's brutal.
Mike Green would make sense for the Ravens. That would be a big time Ravens pick.
Yeah, that would. Just sit back and collect some defensive guys, studs.
Yeah, damn. I hate that. Betch is gone.
Oh, that's a good question, stinks. Eli. A.O. Manor. He's still
yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Great suggestion there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's like the forgotten guy, but like is very good. And they got Stanford ties.
That's true. So yeah, Noel Williams or A.O. Manor would be nice. It would soften the blow of Jack Bech going. That was my guy.
Yeah.
But A.O. Manor was supposed to be like PFF had him like 35 on their big board. So, man, I would not. He's like a perfect guy. Like for you liked Higgins. I was like A.O. Manor or Higgins are like so similar to me because they're like those big guys who could down the road maybe take over for Cortland. So, if that's the way they went.
Yeah, he's somebody that would certainly make sense. I mean, he seems to be that speech was some jokers. He seems to be some. God damn it! Where are you now? Sorry. Yeah, he seems to be like the only receiver. Well, there's also Torrey Horton, who I think is really good, bro.
Yeah, the only.
I mean, Alec A.O. Manor and Torrey Horton are probably like the ones that project to be as a pure like wide receiver one outside X upside.
Mm-hmm. Torrey Horton, the only worry I have is injuries just because he's like pretty slender, but man, that guy's a competitor.
Yeah.
He would stay in Colorado and he's a leader. He's stayed at CSU, which it's like respect, dude. Like most people would have been like, all right, I can.
Yeah. Fort Collins fucking sucks. I hate that place.
My cousin's going there right now.
Yeah. And if he didn't get hurt, bro, he would have been a really, really highly touted guy. This season for sure. Mike Green, Ravens top 10. Is it Mike Green? I don't know. They haven't announced that. I don't know who the fuck it is.
I hate that ESPN like tracker has just what pick number and what round, but they're not saying like I want the number. Like what are we on? Like is it 50? What are we on? What pick is it?
Well, it's ESPN was going to be live with the TV, so like it's showing now that it's pick 57 that the Detroit Lions are picking.
57.
Have made a selection, so it's 58 right now.
Yeah, but I mean ESPN like the website is like we're on number pick 26 in the second round. It's like just say that.
Oh yeah,
just say 58.
Yeah. I see what you mean. You have to go. You have to go on rounds. That is very annoying because you're like, dude, I don't know what the hell that means.
I know.
To do math and shit.
just tell me the people.
Man, that's crazy. I put this thing to go live. I was like, we're gonna pick. We traded back again. We might even trade back again, bro. To be honest. But the Ravens are going with Mike Green. That makes a lot of sense.
All right, so we're on the clock.
We're technically on the clock again. Yeah.
God, the Bech one just really bugs me.
Yeah,
Ferguson
that
and
Bech.
Really when we were talking earlier, I was like, man, Ferguson and Bech would be my next two picks if they were there, and gone. But everybody knows who I like as a running back. I actually like 5 or 6 of the guys in this middle tier running back, so I'll be good with any of them. But there's one that I think just is like a tone setter that I love.
As a running back?
Yeah, scat.
Yeah.
So watch us trade at 60, David. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
No shit, David. Hop on, man, if you want to. Obviously, completely up to you. But you got the link. But yeah, man. I mean, so when you're looking at the best available, when you're talking specifically with running backs, these are the guys that are currently available. I don't know if y'all can see that really well. There you go. Yeah. Are you able to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Caleb Johnson, Cam Scatterbo. I hope it's not Dylan Sampson. I know there's a lot of people that are really high on him, and I hope it's not. I hope Sean Payton is not like, oh yeah, Alvin Kamara went to Tennessee, so this.
Right. Yeah. I don't think he would do that. They're totally different backs.
No,
although I will say, if it is Samson, we're all getting on board.
Is this the first time Sean Payton's ever traded back? He did it twice in any draft, or was it only the first round?
I just think he doesn't do it in the first round, if I'm right. But yeah, he does not like to trade back typically. Man, the Bears just until we pick here. Okay, so Caleb, Cam, Dylan, Neil, Giddens, and they have Jordan James, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez, Bashal Tootin, Trevor Etienne. Yeah, I mean, any one of those first, I wouldn't say Jordan James is like in this area, but maybe he, I'm just going off of what big boards and mocks have said, so I could get on board with pretty much any of them. I mean,
I think we're gonna get to the point where we might get. You guys want me to break it? Yeah, I haven't gotten anything yet, but I can say it before, or I can maybe have you guys guess or something. But we are on the clock. We haven't traded anything back. And yeah, Jack Betch looks like Brandon Stokely. He looks like Brandon Stokely. He plays. Not really like him. He's very tough. He's a tough dude, man.
If Jack Betch or Brandon Stokely was 6'3", 218 pounds or something.
Yeah, like if he was like 3 inches taller, 50 pounds heavier.
Yeah. And Jack Betch too, he lost his brother in that crazy terrorist thing in New Orleans. Yeah, that's crazy.
Awful.
So
awful.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if the pick is in. It is still not. They haven't even announced the Ravens, though, so it might be a little bit behind.
Yeah.
But Troy Rank says 2 running backs of note on the board, Dylan Sampson and Caleb Johnson. So
I'll get on board with either one, but those aren't my 2 favorites.
Bro, how many yeah,
exactly. Gosh. It's like a dagger in my heart.
Watch us take like another Texas Longhorn. I don't even know.
He said no. Sean said we're done taking Longhorns. We're done. Yeah, Jade on Blue.
Yeah, but they're not going to be like if they like Gunnar Helm, they're not going to be like no.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That would be crazy. Yeah,
we've had a run on tight ends
for the Ravens. Did I see who the Ravens chose already? Oh yeah, Mike Green.
Yeah. Wow, I cannot believe Mike Green went to 59.
Yeah,
that's nuts. I mean, maybe there was something else. The Ravens feel like maybe we can take some of these guys that have like maybe something questionable just because our culture is so strong. So yeah, I'm with you. Like Samson, I'm not going to complain about Dylan Sampson. And there's a lot of people. There's people that I respect who would have been like, they have Samson as RB2. I personally didn't see that, but clearly they're seeing something that I'm not. So I'm not going to just be like,
yeah, I would complain and pray to God I'm very wrong and happily be wrong. That's kind of like the James Merrillat way of doing things, but that's not what I mean for it.
No, he doesn't admit he's wrong ever.
He doesn't. Well, he's like, I was really happy that I was wrong, but like I still wasn't technically wrong.
He's still got Nick's, derangement syndrome. So
the Broncos pick is in. I did see it.
Okay, so we're picking somebody. Finally.
I know who we picked.
Do you?
Yep.
All right.
This is gonna be interessante, man.
Oh, really? So
yeah,
interesting, huh?
It's gonna be interesting. It is gonna be interesting.
That's 2 in a row, then.
What's up, my guy? Yeah, that wasn't a smart move. Wonder what they think. Oh, you're talking about trading? No, I think trading back was a very smart move because, especially knowing who they took now, they were totally fine with it. And I think it's one of those situations where you have a lot more ammunition. You got two picks in the 4th that you can make into a 3rd round pick. Another one tonight if you wanted to do it. So if y'all want to know,
I got the TV on in the other room, so I'm not watching anyways. You can tell me. Oh, here we go.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It is RJ Harvey.
Woo! All right, I'm cool with that. With that. I personally loved him. I got pushback from certain people when I said his name 2 months ago. I was like, dude, have you guys seen RJ Harvey? Holy crap. And they're like,
Yeah.
actually, I don't love it's like, all right, well, whatever. I'm watching him, and then I watched all these other former running backs go freaking love RJ Harvey, and I'm like, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, you know what? You know what makes me feel like there's always certain things that make me feel good about. Like, man, maybe I was right. Like my eyes didn't deceive me.
Right.
Like for example, when Jaden Higgins went super early, I'm like, yes, I knew that he was going to be nice, and teams felt that way. And then with this one, I'm like, I don't know, I don't get it with Caleb Johnson, and the Broncos end up taking other guys not named Caleb Johnson. But you talk about adding some freaking juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, RJ Harvey is adding some juice.
Well, I said there was some RJ Harvey smoke on Twitter. Somebody had said something that they were looking at him, so that turned out to be correct. I love RJ Harvey. That's
and
cool.
It makes sense. I mean, I feel like they were probably pretty high on him, and they knew that not a lot of teams would be, especially with Scatterbo and Sampson and Caleb Johnson and Devin Neal available. Right. RJ Harvey is got the juice. And what I like about him over Tootin is he's, even though they measured out very similarly, I mean, he's shorter than Tootin is. RJ Harvey's legitimately a pretty like strong runner, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's only 205 pounds. Let's see what he had at the combine. But at 5'8", that is not small. Like 5'8", 205 is a big boy.
That's just like little like just like pure muscle guy. We're just like, good luck tackling this bowling ball that's coming at you. And not only that, but he's so damn fast. I mean, when I would do mocks for myself and then I'd get extra picks, I would always do Harvey and Scatterbo, because I was like, both of these guys would be amazing to have, like the super dynamic fast guy, and then you have like the power guy, and both of them are incredible because I loved both of those guys. I mean, Scatterbo slides.
I don't think Andy's not very happy.
No,
not
but an RJ Harvey fan.
No, my thing is, I felt like the Broncos were going to prioritize a faster running back over a power guy, because they still have Estime. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to remember that. And so they probably want somebody that can just give you some juice. But he's caught 20 balls last year, 19 the year before, 23 as a freshman. Elusive rating is ridiculous. Yards after contact is actually extremely impressive. Let me share all this.
Yeah, Eli, let me see. I think I had Harvey like 5th, maybe. I loved Harvey. I personally liked him more than like Judkins, because I just wanted that type of back personally. And I thought Harvey would be like a 3rd round guy, like right in that range. So yeah, no, I'm big on Harvey.
Yeah, I had him at 9, but in my rankings of like just guys in general, not necessarily specifically for the Broncos, I had him at 9th, and I remember I was like, man, I really want to put him higher than Caleb Johnson or Cam Scatterbo, but as in totality, like what the league was looking for before the Broncos, he's a better fit than Caleb Johnson. And honestly, even Kyle Monangai, as much as I like him, like for the Broncos, RJ Harvey makes more sense. But now you can get Monangai, and I'll be chilling. I'll be good with that. So,
we've done a lot of talking about Chris Sims and whether or not people like him. I like him because he's entertaining, but I also like his commentary. I think he's actually very intelligent and watches. The thing that I like most about him is he doesn't listen to the noise. He does all his stuff super independently, and then sometimes he'll come out and people are like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. That's way too high. And then other times he'll be like, oh man, he was onto something that everybody else didn't see. And he had his running back rankings. He had Ashton Genty 1, Omarion Hampton 2, RJ Harvey 3.
Chris Sims did?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who was really high on him too, man? Like crazy? It was MJD.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the one that really was like, guys, he's like, I'm telling y'all, this dude's got the juice, but also he's like, this guy has crazy amount of power. So I was like, oh, let me go back and watch him. But he liked him a lot. He had him under the system backs, but he had him 6th, right behind DJ Giddens and above Omarion Hampton.
Right, exactly. Any of the top 7 for him were like all legit guys.
Yeah. And when you listen to like a lot of people are like, well, he's a running back, so he should automatically know, or like he's kind of full of shit. But when you listen to him like explain everything, you're like, I don't know if he knows like how to scout other positions, but he can certainly scout running backs. I mean, he knows very, very much what he's talking about. Like a lot of the things made a ton of sense.
The two negatives about RJ Harvey that people are going to bring up are his age, and he had fumbling issues. A bunch of people in this draft had fumbling issues. The Teutons, the Jadon Blues, all these people. So those are the two things that people are going to be like, yeah, but what about? So when I said I liked RJ Harvey a couple months ago, that was the pushback I got. It's like, oh, well, his fumbles and he's older. I'm like, I don't care if he's older.
I never worried about the fumbles in a sense of, you can obviously fix that. It's a fixable problem.
Yeah.
My whole thing was, I don't know if Sean Payton's going to like that, but obviously he finds it to be something fixable as well. But I mean, dude, there's guys that fumble and then they end up fixing it and they don't fumble anymore, but they're about to announce the picks. Let me watch this real quick.
Oh yeah. Turn it up.
Can you guys hear anything?
Just one.
Monte Ball.
Monte Ball's doing it. Yeah, I saw that.
Monte Ball is doing it. Oh fuck! I hope we don't have the second round running back curse.
As long as RJ Harvey stays off the sauce,
off the juice.
With the 60th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select RJ Harvey, running back, UCF.
That's kind of cool that a running back picked the running back or announced it.
See what they say.
RJ Harvey to Denver.
Watch these highlights.
Charles Davis loves him.
Dude, he's sick. I'm telling you.
Andy said he's 24 and has never been able to stay healthy, but I mean he had 1 year of injuries in 2021. But then after that he was really healthy.
Yeah. It always seemed like there was some people that just got off somebody early. Dude, there's somebody on YouTube. They already have the Broncos, RJ Harvey on their YouTube page. It's the NFL draft guys with Josh and Hayden.
Oh yeah.
They are like literally. Oh, this was a month ago, but like maybe they just can change the thumbnail really quick. Maybe that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive to change it within like minutes.
It's actually really smart to do that. Like if you already have a video, you just go in, change the thumbnail, and then people are going to resurface it. I should do that.
You should. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I like DJ Giddens too, man. This is going to be one of those picks that definitely gets probably pretty poor grades if you care about that shit, which I don't. But I also I look at it like, man, I was good with any of these backs aside from really Caleb Johnson. Like I like the upside and the juice that he can bring, and he can do a lot of things. But I just love the fact that we traded back and now we have 2 4th-round picks also.
Yes, that makes
it's gonna make the rest of this draft really fun.
Yeah, and we moved up in the 3rd.
Yep.
Like we're picking again and not.
I'm gonna order some pizza, bro. That sounds good, bro.
Well, that's what I did yesterday.
Yeah, that's order some.
That was the move. It was like I'm not even gonna think about food, and you get so nervous and so excited. You're like, did I have 3 pieces? Did I have 1? I don't even know. I didn't even.
I didn't even freaking remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, but
how do you guys in the chat feel about it?
Yeah, I feel like the chat's a little bit like he is going to be a lot of fun. That I can guarantee you.
Ooh, Eli's got to go in Pizza Power Rankings. Now, are we talking about
strictly
you guys are local delivery, or are we talking about like local joints?
I thought you were talking about toppings.
Oh, toppings. That's another.
I don't know.
One.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you tell me your toppings.
You know what? Let's make this a fun little thing to talk about. Y'all tell me your like favorite pizza joints around here. I live next to a Dion's. I think it's the only Dion's here.
Oh, I've never even heard of that.
I know they're really big in New Mexico. Dion's is solid. I like their pizza. I thought it was really good. But I just go there because they're literally up the street.
I live in Littleton, and my top pizza places that aren't chains, there is a place called Romano's in Old Littleton that is like really, really good. It's been there since like the 50s. I love them. There's a place called Carl's that's in like Highlands that my dad used to work across the street when he was in high school in the 50s. He worked at the Dairy Queen, and this was across the street, and they're still there doing their thing. You can get pizza real late night. We did that in high school all the time. They make their own sausage and everything in house. It's so good. But it's like super divey. And then those are my top probably two.
Yeah, I really like
what toppings you guys do?
I really like, there's a place that used to be called Marco's until like the Marco's chain took over, and now it's some Italian name. They used to fly in their dough and everything from Italy, like, I don't know, weekly, and it was wood fired. I love wood fired pizza, but that's like gourmet shit. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know. I've tried something like I love. There used to be a place. There's like Big Mike's or something in Highlands Ranch, but I think he closed down recently.
Oh, no, Big Bill's.
He was a good Big Bill's.
Yeah,
I think he closed down.
Did he?
Yeah, recently, like very recently.
Oh dang, I didn't know that.
So yeah. Otherwise, I just usually mess with Dion's, man. I like Dion's a lot.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and pizza's just always good, bro. I love pizza. I'd love to know if there's any fire pizza spots that you guys like. And somebody said dog piss. I don't know.
They must not have liked. Oh, glad I'm not.
Either the pizza. Oh, okay. I thought the pizza was gonna a pizza joint that we mentioned was dog piss.
Yeah,
we're making this a pizza.
Literally, I've never met a person on the planet who's just like, I don't like pizza. That seems crazy.
Yeah. I think so. To answer the question about like the dog piss and the glad I'm out of gym, I can actually understand like that reaction. And I'm not in the business of like trying to always be like orange and blue glasses on. But one thing I think is extremely important to note here is the draft not being over. If we add another running back late that complements really well, it's going to be a really good pick. Because if you're saying RJ Harvey is going to be RB1, I would have a lot of hesitations about that. I think he's a really, really good piece, though, to this running back room. And now he could be RB1. I don't know, but I don't believe that he is. So you got to wait for that. But secondly, when you're looking at all these, like when you talk about like a flavor of running back that you were looking for, unless you were going to get any of those top four guys, which, you know, are really top three guys, in Omarion Hampton and Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson, because you knew you weren't going to get Genty. You needed to have someone that was like very special at least something. And of the guys available, RJ Harvey has got absolute juice, bro. Like, do yourself a favor, Zach. Go. You can even just watch his highlights if you want, not even the film reviews. The dude is electric. He is a lot of fun to watch. Reminds me so much of Devon Achane. And so if he's used in the Devon Achane type of role where he's not the main guy, but he's getting situations, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you like the Travion Henderson like style of running back where he's a home run hitter, then you should like RJ Harvey because he's one of those guys where it's like if there's a seam, goodbye, you know. He's not one of those bulky like super, you know, Judkins style of runners. He's a, you know, if you give him a lane or whatever, he's really good at like the hesitation of waiting for something to open, and then once it opens, like that's when he explodes. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I would let you know that he is from a standpoint of like athleticism and explosion and shiftiness and all that kind of stuff, like very, very elite with that. But we will, we'll have to see. Like, people are like, oh yeah, I like people like Jaleel because Jaleel brought juice. Like, this dude will make Jaleel look slow. He's got that kind of explosion. Yeah.
And what I love about that is like he gets the top speed fast. That's always a big difference.
Right.
That's how he gets to the top speed.
When we were talking about Mario Kart, he's the opposite of a slow start. He's instinct fast.
Yeah. He's got the juice. But I mean, I agree. I think of all the guys that were available, like he wouldn't have been at the top of my list, at least not in the second. Because I mean, we talked about Jalen Noel. I would have liked to see him. Obviously, Jack Betch. He got snippety sniped. But like Alec Ayomanor and all those guys, I like. But dude, who knows? These guys might be available in the third, and you also never know what medicals show. Like if even like Alec Ayomanor now being available, like at this point still,
that's
kind of surprises me because you think, okay, it's not the tape, in my opinion. It's got to be medicals, and medicals can do that. And so, and obviously the Broncos front office knows that, so it changes a lot of things too. But we'll see. Both guys that we drafted wore number 7 in college, so I don't know how they're going to figure this out.
That number 7 works out well for the Broncos. Historically,
it does. But yeah, I mean, we just got to trust that Sean Payton and George Payton know what the hell they're doing, and they have proven that they do for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you would have told me before the draft, like, hey, we're going to take RJ Harvey, we're going to trade back twice and then take RJ Harvey, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah. Adding that second, fourth was so big, man. It really was.
It really was.
I can't tell you.
Chiefs just got Norman Lott.
Norman Lott, yeah.
That's a good D tackle.
Yep.
Interesting.
Finish this freaking pizza order. I keep forgetting to finish it. But I think we're probably. I mean, we might like just kind of fuck around a little bit more on here for like a couple more minutes, and then we'll probably get off the stream, and then we might hop back on if you're down. I'll pick 85. Yeah. I have
no, we're 74 now. Remember?
Oh, we're 74 now. That's right. Shit, so it's gonna be soon. But I also have like some things that might pop up with like the fam and all that, so I might not even have time to get back on. But we will wait. And dude, and there's a possibility the Broncos might have 2 third-round picks because now that we have that second, fourth, if there's 2 guys they like, they have the ammunition now to go up and get it. Which is why I'm saying this is all some shit you guys got to take in stride. But do yourselves a favor, man. Go check out RJ Harvey. I don't know enough about if he's a good pass protector. Everything that I've heard, he's not like necessarily known for that, but he can certainly catch the ball out of the backfield too. Like he's got Joker traits, I would say, in a lot of things. From a standpoint of like what Sean Payton likes from a Joker running back, because I mean that's one thing I think with Alvin Kamara too. Alvin Kamara wasn't the biggest back; he was like 5. He was like 215. I mean, he was solid, but he was like an unbelievably like powerful runner for his size.
Mm-hmm.
There are some shades of that with RJ Harvey. There really are in terms of like just how difficult he is to bring down. I mean, you saw it with his missed forced tackles and his yards after contact type of rate.
And that's
so we'll see.
That's so exciting because the thing that I loved always so much about Bo is even when he would dump it off, he would make the decision so like in the perfect time. He would do it in rhythm where the person still had a chance to catch it, turn around, and still make a play, make a shake before they, but we had Javonte who was literally like running to the person and then now getting taken down immediately. So we didn't get to benefit from that last season. And you throw somebody like RJ Harvey catching like a dump off pass and it could be see you later. I honestly believe like this guy is like one of those people who in the open space, that's where he can really tear it up.
No, for sure. Like I said, I got so much shades of the kind of back that Devon Achane is. I loved him when he came out of, I think it was Texas A&M. I remember I was like, this dude's got juice, and he was a little bit undersized. I think he's smaller. He's 5'9", 188, and he had some games. I had him in fantasy, so I watched him quite a bit. He had some games where he was getting a lot of carries, and the dude was nice. And one of the issues with him coming out of college is people were saying, oh, well, he kind of fumbles. Doesn't really fumble much in the NFL. But Devon Achane is a fucking stud. And I get a lot of those same types of vibes from RJ Harvey.
And Eli's saying next pick has to be DT, or are they going to sneak in a wide receiver? The fact that we now have a third and 2 fourths means you can do the wide receiver, you can get the D tackle, and you can get a tight end or another running back.
Exactly.
And that all in that range, there's a lot of guys in the third and fourth round. You can do that.
Yeah. And I know that, I know I talked a lot about Kyle Monangai, but you talk about pass protection. That is one thing that he's actually like absolutely unbelievably elite at. It's one of the best things on the entire planet to watch Kyle Monangai pass pro. Dude, he looks to light people up. I know Sean sees it. I know he does. I really just feel like he's a perfect complementary back now with somebody like RJ Harvey. And so we'll see. The Broncos' next pick is now number 74. We moved up 11 spots in the fourth. In the third, I mean. And the third round's actually started.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're 9 picks away.
Technically.
Jeff is saying that Harvey would have been there in the third or the fourth. I mean,
it's easy
you would have
to
told me
that.
Terrence Ferguson would have been in the 40s, and you would have told me Mike Green would have been 59.
It's so easy to say that, but like, and listen, like I know it's easy to be like, well, I think that they would have been like, I feel like I probably would have expected for them to, but dude, you never know. I mean, there's probably a lot of teams that loved them, and they were like, I don't think that we're gonna be able to get them in the third. And maybe they got to the point where they wanted to continue to trade back, and maybe they couldn't. So they're just like, all right, take them now. Like, what's the difference between taking them? If you really think about it, what's the difference between taking them with the third to last pick in the second versus the first pick in the third, for example?
Right. I mean, it's technicality at the point.
It is.
And I will say, remember all the stuff we did when we talked about running backs and all that kind of thing? And my whole hope was I just want Sean to identify which guy he really wants. If it's because, we all see the pluses and minuses of Giddens or Neal or all these people. But I was like, it would be best case scenario, in my opinion, if Sean and George are like, oh, we love this guy. So I want this guy. And if that's Harvey for them, then that's amazing for me. Cause it's like, that's conviction, So trading back because you think, oh, maybe they thought like Jeff was thinking, oh, maybe he will be there a little bit later. Well, you just traded back twice and still got the guy you really, really liked. So
yeah.
That's
who would have thought Caleb Johnson is going to be available in the third round?
Right. And that's another thing.
Some people loved him.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my thing. It's all very fluid, but you got to look at it like in tandem. I mean, dude, how crazy would it be? And it's really not out of the realm of possibility. The Broncos could take Caleb Johnson in the third round if he's available.
Yeah, you could double dip.
And then you've got a combo.
See, Jeff, you missed the part where we were talking. We both didn't like Dylan Sampson. You're one that does like Dylan Sampson. There's a lot of people that like Dylan Sampson. It wasn't my favorite my favorite back, but you're not alone with that. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I did not. I was not a Dylan Sampson fan at all. I didn't like Caleb Johnson much either. That's why not Caleb. I think Caleb Johnson is just a very, he's fine. He's a big back. He runs powerfully like he should. But he's not quick. He's not elusive. He doesn't really do anything special. He actually genuinely hates pass protecting, which is weird. And he doesn't really give you much in the run game. So in the passing game. So I think with him, he's a good in certain schemes. But if you're looking for some juice,
yeah, that's what I had heard about Caleb Johnson during his pro day. Even when you're catching the ball against air, he felt it was like he was fighting the ball when he was trying to catch like the screens and dump offs. And that's not what we want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a good running back, but I'm just saying like you want somebody who's real fluid with that, especially when you have Bo Nix who, is going to get you the ball in space. And I just feel like anybody who wanted that running back who could be the home run hitter, and we haven't seen that since Javonte went down, and he was not even a home run. Honestly, Javonte was never a home run hitter. He was a bruising, bounce off the guy, but he was never like, oh my gosh, one cut, take it to the house. And that's who RJ Harvey is. David's now, he's talking, RJ Harvey is lightning. He's juiced up, and I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Dude, Kodiak had me rolling. He goes, did we just get Walmart Genty?
Hey,
And I always do this. I get it so confused. I don't know why I always got Tootin and RJ Harvey confused. RJ Harvey doesn't have a fumbling problem. Bashaw Tootin had the fumbling problem.
Well, yeah. So when I said Harvey, they were like, "Oh, he fumbles." But then when the list actually came out, I was like, "I want to see the list of like per carry fumbles."
Mm-hmm.
And it was like you said with Scadaboo and Genty, it's like they get so many carries because they're their whole team that it actually averages down to the middle of the pack per carry. How many fumbles do they get? It wasn't actually that bad.
No, but even the sheer numbers, you only had 2 fumbles last year.
So what are
and
we talking
3
about?
the year before. I always confuse him with Bashaw too, and I know Jaden Blue has a really bad fumbling problem. He's like the worst.
And Tootin.
But I think it was Tootin, and I was like, I don't know why I always got Tootin and Harvey
Tootin
because
fumbled
they're both
9
like
times in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I always got them confused because they're both like extremely fast running backs, and they wear the similar color college gear.
And
so
they're kind of the same build too.
They are almost identical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm pumped on RJ. I love Scadaboo, so like, don't get it. Like, I'm fine. That's how much I like RJ Harvey. Is that picking RJ Harvey? I'm very, very excited. I honestly think he can be that Joker. We got the Joker on defense yesterday with Jahdae Barron. I mean, he's legit. I mean, I love an instinctual DB who, like, how long has it been where it's like you can literally go from 1 week and be like, hey, you got Travis Kelce, and then the next week it's like, hey, you got Ladd McConkey, which are 2 completely different type of players, and you can have Barron just like that's the assignment and he can handle it. I love that.
Dude,
and
I'll
Moss
tell you
isn't
what,
going anywhere.
Yeah. No, he's not.
So
I'll get back to that in a second. Just real quick note here. Benchell Tootin had 4 fumbles on 183 carries, which is obviously a very bad percentage. RJ Harvey had 2 fumbles on 231. So yeah, that's not really much of a fumbling issue. Let me tell y'all, I don't know who in the chat had the opportunity to go watch Jahdae Barron's presser today, but it was by far and away the most impressive press conference I've ever seen a rookie ever do. Like, I'm literally getting chills thinking about it. It's just such an unbelievably likable person. And I was like, when I was listening to it, and I was like, dude, holy shit. Like, I always liked the pick. I was like, now I don't know if I want to trade it for anybody else. And because I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to be a dog, man. And such a good dude. Like, I was blown away. Like, someone that you're like, yeah, you can marry my daughter, bro. You're just an unbelievably respectful person. Loved it. Go check it out.
Definitely.
It was dope. It was dope.
Almost inspiring. Like, I was listening to it driving, and I was like, he was saying things that I was just like putting it in a way that I never thought about certain things, as far as just like his outlook on life and his, like, I don't know, just some of the just ways that he said something that was like he wants to put in the work, and it's not outcome driven. It's like the outcome is not like what it's not like the make or break of whether you're successful. Yeah, David, let's pump me up.
Dude,
yeah, and he's like super
guys?
like even keel. Like, he's like, I just know as long as you're prepped and you put the work in, things are gonna happen. We were talking about how unbelievably impressive Jahdae Barron's press conference today was.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
ridiculous.
it was great. I have to go pick up a pizza here shortly.
Oh my God, me too. Dude, you're so funny. We were literally just talking about that. She's gonna be done at 7:52.
Oh,
but I was dying because I was like,
dude, mine's at 7:40 or 8:47 or something like that. Anyways, guys, I just dropped my video on RJ Harvey, but I just had to give you some tidbits of information that I'm pumped about. Sorry if this has been repeated.
No.
Well, first off, this is what I'm going to say. If you've been upset about the Broncos not breaking tackles, not running through guys, not having any dynamicism, dictating to the defense, man, what is going on with which running backs on the field, shut up right now. You should not be complaining about this pick. No way, dude. RJ Harvey, he is that guy. And I think the Broncos had good intel, because I think they played this very, very good. Because RJ Harvey, I think that there were going to be some teams that really loved him and others that were going to cool off on him for a couple different reasons. One, maybe because he's like the same size as Ashton Genty, but a little bit lighter. 2, because he's 24 years old. But I think similarly to where their intel was great last year with Bo Nix, knowing they could get him as the 6th quarterback, they knew that they could get back to 60 and still get their guy RJ Harvey. Give me RJ Harvey over Dylan Sampson. I'll say that. Give me RJ Harvey over him. But guys, he had the 2nd most 15-yard plus plays in the NCAA last year. Incredible. If you're talking about forcing missed tackles, he was 13th in the NCAA in missed tackles forced.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Like, all he does is make plays, guys, and 4.4 speed. His I think 10-yard split. 4.4. Say what?
And he plays even faster than 4.4.
No,
yes.
He's a freaking lightning.
Quick twitch. Okay, is he the best receiver? No, I think he's comparable. I think he can get it done. Again, I don't think he'll dictate to the offense what is going on. But this is very interesting because you could go with a power back, or I think you could go with a guy like Brashard Smith too. I love the fact that we have 2 third-round picks left and 2 fourth-round picks. We can get all the positions.
We have
that we're
2 thirds,
for, man. Right?
No, we
just have. I think we just have 1 third, 2 fourths, and then 2 sixths.
Oh, I thought we had 2 thirds.
No, it was confusing though.
I'm gonna have to edit my video.
No, you're good, but it's not a big deal. I don't think 3rd, 4th, whatever. But I want to know your thoughts on this. So, do you feel like he can be RB1?
Yes, you do. Absolutely. And yeah.
And do you think, and the second follow up to that is, do you feel like we still need to add to the room in order to really complete it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Detroit Lions are a great model, especially if you're dealing with injury. I mean, he is 5'8". He has been durable. He's a little smaller though. I still want a second running back in this draft. And then we also signed Krosky Merritt as a UDFA. That's what we're doing. We're completely remaking the room. Sorry, Jaleel, Audric, you guys got to fight for your jobs this camp. That's how I feel about it. But he's going to be great. I absolutely love this fit. His grade in zone was fantastic. He can run in power concepts as well effectively. So, we'll see how he is in pass pro, but I'm not too worried about that right now. The thing that I'm most worried about is, can he make plays? And that's what he can do.
Yeah. One thing I was saying before you jumped in, one, Kodiak called him.
Harold Bannon's gone. Sorry.
No.
Browns.
Go ahead. I bet.
I was just going to say, Kodiak called him Walmart Ashton Genty, which is pretty funny because he is kind of value brand Ashton Genty, but like good value brand, not like bad value brand. Like he's very similar and he was way cheaper, and we also acquired picks and still got our guys. So I'm pumped on that. The other thing I was going to say before you jumped in was like, what excites me the most is not just his running ability and his just home run ability, but the fact that he can catch a dump off from Bo, and Bo gets it to those guys so early that they're not like getting tackled immediately. Like when Russ would dump it down, it was like, oh, well, you're already you're getting tackled as they're catching it. Bo Nix gets it out so early that they have time to turn around and then run a few yards before they have to make a shift. And that's all he needs. And it could be.
I'm going to take my dog out. I'll be right back.
Good night.
Yeah. I'm thrilled about this. I think that we've finessed this round, this trade back pretty well. Like if he was the next guy off, like on our board after the Ohio State backs, because like I wouldn't put it past them if they had RJ Harvey as like their 5th back on the board.
Yeah.
Like do this. Like it makes sense. Again, nobody at this point in the draft they're always going to have maybe some slight areas of concern. Just like, Caleb Johnson doesn't have a complete profile because of just the lack of passing that Iowa has done. I think that he could do it, but now we could go in all sorts of directions, man. Even picking up a guy like Scadaboo, man. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I was telling Mark, when I would mock and I would acquire extra picks trading down, that was always what I would do. I would always pick RJ Harvey and Scadaboo to like complement each other. And they're both kind of similarly built as far as like they're like these little short muscly guys, but like they run totally different. And to have either or would be, perfect.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say, like, talking about the boards, it'll be very interesting to see what this press conference is because, as I was telling Mark earlier, we were talking about Chris Sims about the way he like analyzed certain guys, or whatever. He had his big board for running backs. He had Genty 1, Hampton 2, RJ Harvey 3, and Maurice Jones-Drew had him really high. Every single time I saw a former running back talk about RJ Harvey, they were like, how come nobody's talking about RJ Harvey? And so I was like, thank you. Cause I was telling Mark as well, he was one of those guys when I first watched this stuff, I was like, holy crap. Like what's the deal with this guy? I don't get it. And I don't know if people were going to be like, oh, the competition in UCF is not the same, whatever. All I know is I just saw a guy who was just lightning and so exciting, explosive. And one of those immediate going from 0 to 100 like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Kyle Williams is gone.
Oh, damn.
Where'd he go?
Damn, Patriots are killing.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we do. I got to get out of here to go pick up this pizza, but I guess I'll make a prediction here. So when's our next pick?
We got four picks away.
Yeah, bro. Like I might have to wait on the pizza.
I'm gonna have to go get this pizza. I'll be listening to you guys, but I guess and Harold Fannin and Savion Williams are off the board.
Savion Williams too. So maybe 2 picks.
Is that what you said?
No,
Mark?
No,
just
Kyle Williams.
Oh, Kyle Williams. And Harold Fannon's gone.
Fannin went 67 to the Browns, and Mark saying that it's not official on mine yet, but he's saying that he went to the Patriots at 69. Williams.
Well, I wanted Fannin. That makes me really sad, guys. I would not hate it if we go get another running back right here.
Would you take Caleb Johnson?
Or go get another running back right here? I think that would be so much fun. It would be so much fun.
It would.
So, guys, I'll be listening as I go pick up the pizza.
Well, I don't know if are we gonna stay live? Maybe we will, because then I know
we're so close.
But then it's like we gotta talk about that. We'll see. Maybe the Broncos trade back. But yeah, listen to us. Go enjoy your pizza. I'm gonna do the same. And then
bye, guys.
Later, David.
Bye.
Peace, brother. Thanks for coming on. I think there's some really interesting defensive linemen available. But Jeff B, I wanted to address this. Worst Broncos drafted in a long time. Zero excitement. I'm letting my dog out. I would disagree with you for a lot of reasons, but dude, let me tell you, man, drafts that are not like super exciting is usually a pretty good sign, because you are usually picking late. So you're getting later guys, and you aren't making any desperate picks of guys with a lot of upside because you don't need to. So I think we'll be all right. Like, I think I love it. And go watch RJ Harvey, because he is like one of the more exciting prospects in this draft. He really is.
Yeah, I dare you to watch RJ Harvey highlights and be like, I don't like him.
Yeah, no, he's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it if the Broncos got Jared Wilson here, the inside the guard center. I mean, he's literally
no, he would be an instant. I think he would be the starting center if we went with Wilson. And because you have the 2-4, so you could probably do it. Eli saying picking up food in 2025 is crazy. Hey man, let me tell you something. Let me go on a little mini rant about this. You got to do the little things in life. You got to get out of the house. You got to do the small tasks. It keeps you grounded. Like sitting at home and like just letting somebody literally get Taco Bell for you and then bring it to your house I think that's crazy in my opinion. Like,
dude, I do that shit all the time. The only reason I didn't DoorDash pizza tonight is because it was like an hour and a half by the time I got here. And the place is 2 minutes. Like literally when I say 2 minutes, it is 2 minutes away. So I'm like, I'm not going to wait. Like I'll cut my wait time an hour and I'll go grab it real quick and I'll get my ass back. But I do agree with you that it is fucking funny.
You know what's, I'm going to blow you guys' mind. I have never DoorDashed one time in my entire life. Not once.
Because you're old man, bro.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm like, what is this DoorDash stuff?
I honestly wish I haven't, man, because now it's like we live in a world where you just expect everything to be convenient.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, dude, I could go to King Soopers, grab like toilet paper, whatever, and be back home in 5 minutes. But I'm like, no, I'm going to go on Amazon, click a button, it'll be here in the morning.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, bro. It is crazy.
I know. Even when I'm like, I don't want to support Amazon, but damn, it's gonna be at my door by the time I get home from work. It's like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the part. It's hard. And he said, one bite, everyone knows the rules. So that means you have to give us a grade on the pizza.
Yeah, I already know. I get Dion's all the time. Dion's is good, man. I'll give
me a rating.
I'll give it a B+.
No, no. Oh, see, that's a rookie score. You got it. Everyone knows the rules. Is Dave Portnoy's, pizza.
Yeah, but his wasn't great. His was an actual number out of 10, right?
Yeah, and you got it. If you can't,
I would give it a 7.8.
There you go. There you go. That's good. That's a good score.
I used to like his frozen pizza once too, and he wasn't lying. Then that's like the only frozen pizza. Like I rarely get frozen pizza, but the one that he liked was Newman's Own, and that shit was smoking. It was actually a really good frozen pizza.
Dude, Newman's Own crushes everything. They have the best popcorn. They have the best salad dressing. Shout out to Paul Newman. Yeah, I know.
David coming through. Only reason I'm not getting deliveries because I lost my job. Yeah, dude, we feel you, man. We understand. Yeah. Save the money. Go get your pizza. Come back and enjoy it. You deserve it.
Yeah. See, Eli knew that you got to get the decimals, and you did.
Yeah.
So that's if you just gave it like an 8 or a 7, that would have been rookie score.
Isaac Tesla went to the Lions. That's early, dude. Third round pick for Tesla. So here's a perfect example. If we would have gotten him in the third or in the second, whatever, people would be like, he's not going to go till the fourth.
Right. Exactly. Dude, his traits are just so insane that it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And
I think the Lions is a good fit for him too.
Well, remember, like the question I had for you is if it was in the 4th round, who would you rather pick, Restrepo or Tesla? And you went Restrepo because of the production. But I mean, to me, it's like, I like both of those guys, but going in the 3rd round and the Lions, they can wait on a guy like this, like to just give him a little bit. So it's perfect. Timmy Patrick can coach him up.
That's why it's like if we had a pretty stacked receiver room, I'd be like, cool, let's get this guy for the future. But we kind of need production now. I'm all in on Jalen Noel, like coming to Denver now.
That's nuts. Or A.O. Manor, or like, I mean, there's some guys there, dude. Like, there
is some dudes.
I'm gonna have to now that everybody's on the pizza. I had pizza last night, so I'm gonna have to warm up. I have leftovers, so I'm gonna have to warm one up just to be part of the pizza crew here. Yeah. But okay, what toppings you go to? Like that's the question. That was the other question.
I'm gonna get so much shit for this, bro.
Oh, mine too.
I love pineapple on pizza.
Oh,
I love it. That's by far my favorite. I get pepperoni, pineapple every time. It is my favorite combination.
Pineapple and ham is like the classic
Hawaiian? No, I get it with pepperoni. I don't like the ham.
Okay, that's my wife's order. She loves pepperoni and pineapple.
She's a small woman.
Yeah, she married me. No, I'm a pepperoni and sausage guy. I guess, I'm old like that. But yeah, she loves pineapple. The only thing I don't like is if the pizza place doesn't do the pineapple right, it can get a little soggy, a little wet because of the pineapple juice or whatever. So if they do that right, I'm not a hater. But here's the move. I need the garlic powder. I need the buffalo like wing sauce to dip it in. And I need the crushed red peppers, and I'm good. Oh, David's a pineapple slut too. He said,
"Yes, sir. I love that, David. I knew it. I know, bro. That's pineapple pizza. But so you're saying in order to eat a pineapple pizza, that's what you need?
No. I'm just saying like what I like on a regular slice. Okay. I like those things. Pineapple, I wouldn't probably put garlic or all that stuff on the.
No, pineapple. I was gonna say, I was like, that just means you don't like pineapple when you're trying to mask it.
Exactly. A1 on a pineapple pizza.
I love that. I love that you're a pineapple slut too, man. That's awesome.
And Eli likes the jalapenos.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a jalapeno guy?
No,
I can go jalapenos.
I hate jalapenos.
I like a little heat,
My wife loves jalapenos,
Yeah.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
I was always like when you can, have you ever been to like Potbellies and they like sell their hot peppers in the jar? Like you can take it home. I always get that. And then when I make sandwiches at home, I'm throwing the hot peppers on my own sandwich and it makes it. So I like a little heat.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I don't mind heat per se. I'm not really like a spicy guy, but I just don't really care for the taste. Broncos are on the clock already.
Already?
Because the Jets technically made a selection. They selected Azarie Thomas.
Who did the Saints pick?
I don't know.
I saw Tesla. My screen says Tesla. Then it's the Saints. Then it's the Bills. Then it's the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know who's on the clock, but. Oh, mushrooms and jalapenos. Wow.
No, I just saw the Jets at 73, and then I know we're at 74. So
interesting. All right, if you had to make the decision right here, 74, who would it be? I'll throw out some names: Jalen Noel, A.O. Manor, another running back, Gunnar Helm. Jared Wilson.
Man, that's tough because I like the Jared Wilson, but that would be, you're talking about like a really pick, but a good pick.
It would.
Because he's the starter. I am a big Jalen Noel fan, so I would probably take him. Or I would be fine with Alec Manor too. Or Torrey Horton. I like all three of those receivers. The tight ends, the guys that are available now, you can I'd rather wait. Aronde Gatson, I fucking love. I think you can get him maybe with that other fourth round pick the second, fourth round pick, or maybe even in the sixth. But he's awesome. Gunnar Helm, I'm not the biggest fan of.
Yeah. Oh, you're not a big fan of Helm?
No, I realized that on the live that we went, I completely misspoke and I meant to say Ferguson. I think I said Helm, but I was really referencing Ferguson in my head. I think Helm is fine.
Ramczyk.
I just think this is a little early. It's a little early.
Yeah, it does feel a little early, but I do like Helm, and he's a local kid, which I like. He's young and he's got size, and he's actually surprisingly good after the catch. Just for how it might be their jerseys. I don't know. It might be Texas's white jerseys that he just makes him look like he's humongous. But I wouldn't mind Helm. I don't know if I would do it here, but if we ended up with Helm in the next round, I'd be like, what
would you choose? Who would be your choice?
At this point, man, because I would mock it just because it's my heart. I would pair RJ Harvey with Cam Scatterbo and just have dogs back there. That would be me, but I would be fine with all the people that I threw out there. Noel's sick. A.O. Manor, I would never have thought he would have been here. Maybe there's something else going on with that. Exactly, David. If we went Helm, he'd get on board. I like Helm. I think he's big and strong.
David's like me, bro. He'll figure it out. He's like, I can get on board with whatever it is taken. I mean, the RJ Harvey pick for sure for me, but
so it looks like the Saints went Broughton, the defensive tackle from Texas, and then
the Jets went
Jackson,
Azarie Thomas. The Jets went Azarie Thomas.
Yeah, and then Bills went. I don't know his first name. Jackson, the edge out of Arkansas.
Oh, Landon Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah. And then so those guys are all available then. So the Jets, you just said their pick. Yeah, Alec would be. I love him. I mean, he's such a smart kid. Obviously, going to Stanford, he's got the size. He completely killed Travis Hunter when they played the Buffs. He kind of single-handedly just one-man wrecked the CU Buffs, and that was the end of their year because the Buffs were trying to get into contention to get into a bowl, and he went on an absolute tear, and nobody could stop him.
That line was brutal. General too.
So it's gonna be interesting here. This is gonna be. I like that we traded up because there's all those guys are still available. Man, who do you guys want in the chat? I saw Victory wanted Scatterbo. Eli wants
Alec needs to be the pick. I think Alec does. It is ELIC, Eli. So in case we get him, he's basically got your name with a C.
And it's the last name.
And I know the pick.
Are you happy?
I am. This is actually really interesting, and I'll tell you why. I like this pick. And just give me a second. Hold on. I know the pick. LOL. I'm just kidding. This is somebody that I watched. I saw him. I was just watching this. I think it was a Senior Bowl. And I saw his they were interviewing him. And I'm like, dude, this is a cool dude. Awesome. Someone that's just seems like, man, teams are going to love him if he's really like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Sean Payton would really like him. And I think he's a very good player. It is a wide receiver. It is not any of the wide receivers that we talked about. But I think he's a very good wide receiver. There's so many, I'm like, I kind of forgot about him.
Right, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to.
But we did select a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's interesting because, that was oh, we love our wide receiver room. We don't need to take a wide receiver. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, Ibuku probably was the pick. And then, oh, like Jack Batch, so.
He has the last name of one of the best basketball players to ever walk the earth. That's going to be my.
There's nobody named Jokic in this. No, I'm just kidding.
Is there a Jokic here?
Yeah. Is there a Jordan? Is there a Johnson? Is there a Bird? I'm trying to think. Is there a James? Are you a LeBron guy? I'm not a LeBron guy personally.
I think LeBron is a phenomenal. Like he's one of the best players of all time, but he's not better than Jordan.
No. Yeah.
No. The frustrating thing about LeBron is that he should have been the best player of all time.
I mean, I just don't.
You never see talent like that.
Yeah, I mean, talent. I understand that theory, but like, I just saw Jordan so dominant, and I was just like, I don't think this is the Babe Ruth of basketball. I don't think I'm ever going to see a better basketball player than this. He was so freaking good. He would will his team to beat anybody. It didn't matter if they were like overmatched or whatever. And so LeBron had a lot to live up to, but like it's the flopping. It's like all the other little things that he just doesn't need to do. That is like, I'm like, why, dude? Like, just be really good. And if you don't live up to Jordan, like, yeah, nobody else did either. But you just don't need to do all that stuff. All right, Jeff's asking, who is it? Have they announced it? Or where are we at on the broadcast?
We are on the clock. It shows pick is in.
Okay, so maybe we'll just wait a minute here. See if we can hear it live.
Do you want to hear it live, or do you want me to put it in the chat?
I don't care. Exactly, Eli. It's the acting. He's a terrible actor.
I'll say that this particular wide receiver is the best blocking wide receiver probably in this draft as well, which is why I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Because I remember I started looking into him after I saw that interview. I'm like, this is an impressive kid. And then you started like watching some of the other guys' film reviews, and he's really solid. He's not going to blow anything out of the water, but they kept saying the best blocking wide receiver. I'm like, oh, there is your little Jordan Humphrey replacement.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think they liked Ibuka, because he did those things. He does the little stuff. That's why I like Jack Besh too. But well, some people didn't love his blocking, but
this guy's he's got good size. He didn't really test all that great at the combine. He ran a 4.6. But he's 6'2", he's 6'3", 204.
Okay. So that's a Sean Payton special, tall guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was he was very productive on like not really the best team. Doesn't drop balls. 1.8% drop rate. 70% contested catch rate, highest in the NCAA of
how am I not coming up with this?
Wide receivers.
No way in the third. Mm-hmm. No way in the third.
In the third.
Oh my gosh! Wow, to me that's early, but he does everything well. Mm-hmm. He does everything well.
Yeah. He'll be an interesting player to look into and do a more deep dive into. For sure.
To me, like all the people that like miss Tim Patrick and those type of guys, that is who this guy is. I felt like that's a little bit of reach too, but like, I don't know, it's easy to say that. We don't know.
But he's interesting, right? Because he projects to be a true X, like a true outside receiver. Yeah. I think that helps Troy Franklin like not need to be that guy. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it is Pat Bryant is who it is. And so, it maybe allows for, like I said, for Troy Franklin to be in a role that suits him better because he's not really an outside guy. And obviously, Vele is somebody that can play outside too. Vele is, I think, really good in the slot. But it's a good addition overall to the wide receiver room. But if his press conference is going to be anything like what that interview was, it's going to be up to the level of like Jahdae Barron. He just seems like a very likable person. And his injury history is fantastic. I mean, he literally dropped 1.8%.
Yeah. There was nothing to dislike.
78 targets.
There was nothing to dislike.
Yeah. Exactly. He just doesn't like pop off hardcore.
Right. But his only negative was the fact that there wasn't one attribute that what you were like, oh my God. Like I see RJ Harvey and you go, I know exactly why they wanted him, Mm-hmm. Pat Bryant, you're like, well, he can block really well and he catches really well and he's big and strong. but he doesn't have overwhelming speed. I think people thought he probably was going to draft or drop a little bit just because of the testing, but the guy's a good football player, man. I mean, you got a really good football player, and he's one of those guys I could honestly see stick around in the league for like a long time.
Who are they just done?
Who's announcing it? Anybody exciting?
No, they announced that they're talking about it now, and they were showing the war room a little bit.
Mm.
Sean Payton looks fucking elated.
That must have been his guy.
Yeah.
And like,
sure.
get me. And you know what? I wonder if George was like, I'll get you him, but I got to get some extra stuff first. That way.
Dude, how funny is this? I'll put this in the chat here. This is the exact interview that I was talking about. Ian Rappaport re-put it up on his oops, sorry. Hold on. Let's do it again. Ian Rappaport put it up on his Twitter page again. He's awesome, man. I mean, you guys got to check it out. I do got to run and get pizza though, yo.
All right.
But I'm gonna probably do another, like, I'll go live probably after the draft if you're down, Jeremy, to join me.
I'm down
potentially, yeah. But for sure I'll be dropping some content on like both RJ Harvey and Pat Bryant up to this point. But we do got another. We might have another pick. You never know. So.
Oh yeah, the way it's going. Cool, brother. Yeah. Give me a text and then we'll jump on right after the third round.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you guys. Peace.
See you guys.